Hey, hockey fans, let's review some scores for Thursday night, the two games that were on Thursday night, and then we'll pick the two games for Friday night hockey. Thursday night, we had Boston and the Islanders, another great tight game between these two. Ended up going into overtime, and Marchand, he got the winner for Boston. They stole a game from New York there in New York to go up 2-1 in this series. So congrats to Boston. We got that one wrong. I picked the Islanders. Then the next game, Carolina and Tampa. Carolina, good for them going into Tampa and stealing a game back from Tampa to keep in this a series. And 2-1 for Tampa here, but great win for Carolina. We got that one right. So the best bet, though, was the Islanders who got that one wrong. It drops to 11-9, which I'm not that happy about. Split on the picks, 1-1. Record goes to 30-22. And then the Islanders obviously didn't cash in. Carolina did. Money-wise, it was kind of a wash, more or less, for the day. But let's try to hit two in a row instead of just splitting these. That's what I'd like to do. So we're going to start off Montreal and Winnipeg on Friday. Winnipeg has Hellebuck listed to be in net. They're 4-1. They took their first loss in postseason play now. Montreal 5-3 with a current 4-game winning streak. Price obviously going to be in net there for Montreal the way he's been playing. Then Scotia North Division. The Canadiens continue to impress and receiving more respect from many. They came into game one without missing a stride. They took an early lead. They frustrated the Jets. Price continued his impressive play in between the pipes. And it all led to an end result, 5-3 win for Montreal to lead the series 1-0, which I sure didn't think would happen, and a lot of other people didn't. But good for Montreal. I mean, they played like they wanted it. And not only did the Canadiens win this first game, the Jets' top points producer has been suspended for 4 games. And I know there's been a lot of talk and a lot of opinions on this, but it was on a hit on Evans with less than a minute left by Scheifele. And I like Scheifele. And he doesn't have a history of this type of play, so I don't think it was a malicious play. It could have been. It didn't need to happen. He didn't need to do that play. He didn't need to finish it the way that he did, and so costly for his team to be out. I mean, his season could be over. I mean, it's a potential. It's a possibility. Is it going to happen? I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, that was brutal. And the league handed down a 4-game suspension. A lot of people, I think, thought a 2-game would be fair. A lot of people feel as though, that the young guy, Evans, should have lifted his head to see what was coming his way. There's a lot of opinions, but at the end of the day, Scheifele, he's a veteran. He could have, he didn't have to do that. Anyway, I don't really have an opinion either way. I think it could have been avoided. I don't think it was necessary. And I guess that is my opinion. I don't think he did his team any favors. I think it just showed the level of frustration that Montreal put on this Jets team. And maybe it was because the Jets were a little rusty. Maybe they felt a little cocky after sweeping Edmonton. I don't know what it was, but they were frustrated. It could have a severe impact on the Jets. The shots in that first game were 33-30 in favor of the Canadiens. The Jets, they out-hit the Canadiens quite significantly, 42-24. But Montreal played a great game after a big series and then a travel. It was a well-deserved win for Montreal. I'm not going to take that away from them. And what's going to happen in number 2, is Montreal going to be able to channel that energy and that frustration into play and continue what they're doing here? That's a big question. The Jets, they're deep, and I think they're going to respond. And obviously they need some guys to step up, but there's a lot of guys that can fill shoes on that team. And I think Hellebuck will want a better game. He didn't have his best game, whereas Price did. So I see the Jets evening this series, even without Scheifele. I think the Jets will be able to stay more even-keeled, and I think they'll be able to use that to their advantage. And I think they'll win this game, and I think Hellebuck will have a better game. Any rust that was there will be gone, and I think Winnipeg wins here and evens the series. That's my pick for the first game. Kind of felt like I rambled there a bit, but just opinions. Shifley, things we could talk about it for a long time, right? I mean, it's just one of those things. I think plays like that aren't needed in the league right now, and that's just my opinion. Anyway, I don't want. Whatever, it's over. Jets win game 2. That's my pick. Next game, Colorado and Vegas. Vegas 4-5 with an overtime decision for their streak. Fleury listed to be in net again for Vegas. Colorado 6-0, still have not suffered a loss in postseason play. Grubauer listed to be in net. This is the Honda West Division. Game 2 was a great game between these two teams. It really was, and I watched most of it, and it was a great game. It ended in a 3-2 overtime win for the Avalanche, who now have a 2-game lead in this series, and who, like I mentioned, haven't lost in postseason play. Vegas played a full 60 minutes and outshot Colorado 41-25. Hits were balanced at 22-21 in favor of Colorado. The Knights were 1 for 3 on their power play. Colorado was 2 for 6. Mikko Rantanen, he draws that penalty in overtime and then scores the winner in overtime. Definitely been a factor in all the games, actually. Reeves, he's still going to be out for Vegas. He's going to be serving his second of a 2-game suspension that he received due to, another bad play. Leonard, he was not even on the bench in game 2. He didn't even back Fleury up. So it'll be interesting to see if he's back for this game 3 in the backup role on the bench at least. That's kind of, we'll see what happens there for game 3. Grubauer, I mean, he was solid. Another solid outing, big part of why Colorado won that game. The President's Trophy winners are showing why they won the President's Trophy. I guess that's one way to look at it. McKinnon, 8 goals, 12 points in his last 5. Rantanen, 3 goals, 5 assists. Colorado's first in power play. They're hitting at 43.5%. First in goals for, sitting at 5 even right now. First in goals against, sitting at 1.67. I know that the Vegas coach, DeBoer, he didn't like that penalty call in overtime, and he was quite verbal about it in the interviews. If Vegas is going to win, they're not going to, being verbal in the interviews isn't going to win them games. They're going to have some of these guys step up who haven't been putting points on the board like they were at the beginning of the playoffs, like Stone and other players on that team that just need to step up. They played a much better game in game 2, and I expect that they're going to show up in game 3 again. I just honestly feel like they're not matched well with Colorado here, and Colorado is going to take another game. I think they're going to win number 7, still be undefeated, and beat Vegas in Vegas. And I know some people will say there's other factors involved here, and there's money involved, and Vegas is Vegas, and Vegas is at home, and there'll be lots of comments, but I'm here to tell you, I think Colorado is going to win game 3 against Vegas. Grubauer's just in his zone, kind of like Price is in his zone. And, Montreal could beat Winnipeg, but I like Winnipeg in that position. Anyway, my picks for Friday, day 21 in the playoffs. Colorado to beat Vegas and take a 3-game lead. Winnipeg to win game 2 and even that series at a game apiece. Winnipeg as my best bet. I'm going to parlay both of them on the money line. I'm going to go Winnipeg money line at 1.86. I'm going to go Colorado money line at 1.83. And I think I might even throw a little bit of money on both games on the unders. Under for the Montreal and the Winnipeg game is at 5.5 at 1.74. And Colorado, Vegas under 5.5 at 1.86. I might put both of those together and put a little bit of money there too. I think both are going to be low-scoring games. Again, my opinion. It's been awesome hockey, though. I hope everyone's enjoying these playoffs. Good luck with your picks. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. Talk soon. Enjoy the games on Friday night.